This is qualifying session number 2 for Ultra Street. And we need all cars in the lanes for Ultra Street. Need you in the lanes, please. All of you should be there. All of you should be rolling and in the lanes, please. Two good hits right there, man. They're pulling strong all the way down. Very close. About a 42 for Steve on the right-hand side. The black Chevelle 442, 158 miles an hour, 159 left side for Joel. Steve goes to the number 1 spot right there with that hit. Good run by both teams right there. Great run. Bringing up our next pair. Going to be riding Reagan on the left-hand side of Deer Park, New York. 2020 Mustang. Tower side, 400 cubic inches. Right lane, Dave Fiskus out of Ohio, 93 Mustang. Two good-looking Mustangs coming at you right now. Session number 2 in our Ultra Street. A lot of these small tire people love this class because it relates more to like a stock body car, about as close as you're going to get to it. And they flat out fly. They don't run anything like it. Stock body car. Fiskus in the right lane, been doing it a long time. And there shows proof of it right there. Hard hit, good down low. 454 to 157. Not the run we're looking for on the left-hand side for Rodney. They'll scratch their heads and go back to the keyboard and figure something out. Another pair of Mustangs. Jason Sienna coming up on the left-hand side out of Cocoa, Florida. 90 Mustang, 400 cubic inches. The right side, 95 Cobra. Another car out of Ohio, Kelly Shotwell. Taking his time clearing it out and backing up, I think, over there on the right-hand side. Let's see what's going on with it. BS Racing Engines, Extreme Automatics, Pro Charger Kelly's. Call this one Betty White is what they call this car. White's getting a little sluggish and long in the tooth. Get them all on the right side of the car and going to send Jason down track. He's got everything hot and ready to go. Oh, good hit for Jason right there. Lifted the tires up a little bit, carried them through 451, 157 miles an hour. Attention in the pits, attention in the pits. X275, session 2 We need the first 4 pair. X275 session number 2. We need the first 4 pair. Lackey, McCain, Rhodes, Johnston, Phillips, and Burleson. X275. All right, interesting pair coming at you right now in our session number 2, Ultra Street. Joshua Schwartz out of Smyrna, Delaware, left-hand side. 2010 Challenger, 426 cubic inches, and a Mustang in the right lane. How about that one? 66 Mustang out of Florida. Brandon Simmons, 440 cubic inches, slowly backing it up right there. Left side, high horse performance. Whipple BES racing engines, Cone transmissions, and Gary Rowe race cars. Gary, that's got to be the small race cars. Gary Rowe race cars. Or maybe not. Currently, your number 9 and your number 11 qualifier after 1 round. Schwartz on the left-hand side is your number 9 currently. backfire there in the Mustang in the right-hand lane. Left-hand side, Joshua 453 and 155. Simmons 582, and he boarded that run, or the motor aborted one or the other. And they both stay where they are from previous runs. Torch stays at 9th. 11 in the right side. Bringing up Mike Freeman. A very colorful 1988 Mustang out of Florida. Left-hand side, 582 cubic inches. Right-hand side, this is your reigning U.S. Street Nationals Ultra Street champion, Jesse Coulter out of Bowling Green, Kentucky. 2003 Cobra, 390 cubic inches. X275 to the lanes. All X275 to the lanes. All X275 to the lanes. Jesse got RC components owned, RPM transmissions, VP Racing Fuels, Jesse's Garage, Hart's Turbo, and TKM Performance. Got all those good companies right there, and names going to put you right there in that number one spot. See in the right lane, currently qualified number 13. Freeman left side, currently number 10. Even first going to be Freeman, but I believe got a drive-by on the right side. 443, 162 for Jesse. Freeman left side, 456 at 155. That takes Jesse to the number 2 spot with that hit. Need all X275, all X275 to the lanes. All X275, get you paired up to the lanes, please. How cool are these two cars? Lonnie Diaz out of Ohio, right side. 1970 Buick GSX. Man, some of those diehard Buick enthusiasts are just rolling their eyes right now. Look at that thing over there. 10 Soldier race cars, the SS Racing. Circle D converters, low dollar motorsports. Ryan Grigsby, left-hand side, beautiful 78 Camaro. Doesn't even really look like a 78. That thing is so 70-ish looking though, with nitrous purge coming on. Out of Baytown, Texas, left-hand lane. Ryan, left-hand side, currently number 13. Number 16 is Lonnie in the right lane. Once again, X275 Session 2. We need all cars to the lanes. X275 Session 2. We need all cars to the lanes. Man, look at that thing go right there, right-hand side. Just won first and second place in a wheelie contest on the right side. Man, that looked good. 400 or 4.80 at 153. Unfortunately, the wheels are off the ground most of the time. Grigsby, left-hand side, goes to 65. Man, that was cool looking. Saw nothing but tonsils on that one. Two more beautiful race cars right here. Sean Pebble, right-hand side of Cincinnati, Ohio. 92 Mustang, 440 cubic inches. Left-hand side, Jackson Henderson out of Madison, Alabama. 1987 Buick Grand National. Two beautiful race cars. How about the Zoomies? Oh, you even call those Zoomies? I don't know. That's what do we call those? Zoomies? It's Zoomies, but it's a four-way. Yeah, you gotta love the Grand National. That body style, just something about it right there. You can relate to it. Everybody knew somebody that had one, or you all wanted one, right? Beautiful Grand National, left-hand side out of Madison, Alabama. Henderson, currently number 15 qualifier. Sean in the right lane, your number 18 qualifier. All right, issues right there for Sean in the right-hand lane. All business left-hand lane as Jackson Henderson takes it 445 at 155 miles an hour. Numbers are good down low the first half. Left side, Tony Orr, 68 Firebird. Don't let Robin Roberts see it. Try to put it loaded up on that stacker. He's out of Illinois. 447 cubic inches. Right side, Joshua McCoy, the real McCoy, out of Pennsylvania. 2013 Mustang on the right-hand side. Whoa! Problems with both cars right there. A huge backfire out of one of those. And not the runs they were looking for right there. They'll have to come back for the last session. Sonny Rash, left-hand side, out of St. Clair Shores, Michigan. Jimmy Wilson on the right side of the Gainesville, Florida, 87 Mustang. It's a Fox body. That's a cool little wrap or whatever on this one, the left-hand side, the old like army themed thing right there. That's pretty cool looking. Rash Family Motorsports, Convatec Gaskets, Lead Night Speed Shop. I guess that's what that is. Big Box Chevrolet 91 Mustang left side. Whoa, the wheel stand left side carries him for a few, and he is gone. Sonny, 451 at 156. Issues for Wilson in the right lane. All of our X275 Session 2 cars should be there. All right, he joined us coming in here all the way from New York, right? But or
Gotham, baby. Yes.
Massachusetts, by the way, of New York, right here. Had some things to do in New York yesterday. Or how many days were you there?
Just this one.
Just
in and
one.
out. Yep.
In and out for a program that hopefully
Perfect
you guys
amount
can
of time
look
to
it up
spend.
and see. But coming to us right now, what I feel is the #1 announcer in the country, in probably the nation. And
well, Steve, you're #1 in my heart.
Yeah, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Lowe's.
Thank you very much, Steve Logan. Ultra Street qualifying session 2 on the racetrack right now. Man, it is a beautiful day, and it's going to be a beautiful weekend. Glad that some of the threatening stuff we had during the Snowbird Outlaw Nationals doesn't seem to be in the cards for us here, which is fantastic. So, really nice day out here. Great to see qualifying moving and grooving here on a Thursday.
A little curious right there to that lining him up in that left-hand lane. Maybe they see something I don't see, but
we're about to find out.
We're about to find out. Ray Cox, left-hand side out of Florida, and Joe Gleckner, right side out of Ohio, 86 Camaro in the right lane, 91 Mustang. That's not a Mustang. Firebird, I believe. Seems to work.
Yeah, worked pretty good for Ray Cox. Backfire there for Gleckner as he came off the starting line.
Yeah, that was shooting back. 465 at 149 left side for Cox. And Gleckner, with issues right there, just rolls it through the big end. Do a little bit of track prep, so you get to announce one pair, right?
That's good. No, this is perfect. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, right. All right. Take care, man. Good
See you in the World
Thanks
Series.
for coming.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to do a little track prep, and then we're going to get right into our X275 Session 2 coming up next. All X275 cars should be in the lanes. You all should be there. I think you are. And we're getting ready to run you as soon as we tighten this track up just a little bit. Stand by. great deal for all of us doing that.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point, Steve. We don't know exactly what time viewers of that stream will be able to hear Al Tucci because we just don't know what time he's coming or really what day. But at some point,
he may be watching it just like everybody else is.
He may be sitting at a bulldozer watching that sucker right now. We don't know.
Bulldozer, parentheses bar, maybe. I don't know.
qualifying session 2. We need you all to the staging lanes. We call the first 4 pair, and now we need everybody. Pro 275, all cars to the lanes, please. We are in X275 qualifying session 2. Bill Lackey and DJ McCain. Or actually, sorry, Ron Rhodes on the right side of the racetrack. Rhodes, of course, had the unfortunate incident. Bent the car up a little bit, but he thrashed and bashed and got that thing back together. One of the most beloved cars in the history of the class. Of course, Rhodes out of Delaware. Currently qualified number 2, ran 4:13. Lackey out of Maryland has run 4:20 in his Mustang.
What a good-looking Mustang that is right there. JSC race cars. Good-looking car down there, 438 cubic inches. So your number 2 and your number 3 qualifier.
And so now Lackey and Rhodes move their way up. Second qualifying hit of the day. We'll see what Ron can do here. And everybody's chasing DJ McCain, who is currently number 1 at 4:11 with a little change behind it. Nothing doing for Rhodes. He spins the tires. Lackey had it hooked up, and Lackey will run 4:14.9. Really nice pickup there, about half a tenth worth at 174 miles an hour for Lackey.
Yeah, good hit right there where Lackey jumps up, probably the number 2 spot, I would imagine. Did he move up or does he stay in number 3?
Lackey moved himself to the number 3 spot just behind Ron Rhodes.
Yeah, there you go.
Chris Burleson and Jared Johnston coming up right now. Johnston from Raymore, Missouri. Really clean Fox Mustang. Currently qualified 5th at 4:43.8. Chris Burleson out of Mississippi. Backing up the Coyote-powered machine over there in the Motion Raceworks side.
You know, those Coyote motors, you probably know this, but man, it don't take much to make those things fly.
I mean, it's amazing.
Right?
Just what guys are even doing with stuff, you know, put a Whipple on the thing and an F-150 out of the factory,
right.
and you get a 10-second car.
Yeah, those things
Yeah.
fly. Good looking Mustang here. I can see this left-hand side for Johnston. That thing is sitting perfectly.
Yeah, these guys have always been fast. I mean, it's cool to see the Johnston family out here competing. We'll find out what Jared can do. I know he's going to look for more than that 4:43 he currently has on the board. He's going to have to pick up a couple of tenths to move himself into a really competitive position with a bunch of drivers down in the low 14 area.
Yeah, look at that qualifying 4th and 5th. Look at the difference in 4th and 5th. They're 32 to 43. 9 numbers right there or so. That's a good jump. Oh, is that opposite, or is it 9 numbers, or is it 11 numbers?
About a 10th spread. You're right in the ballpark. So Johnston, pre-stage, in comes Burleson. Nice lead there. Now watch that Coyote motor make the big power up top. 4:37.8 for Burleson, 4:37.6 for Johnston.
That's awesome. Wow, 2 great runs right there. Yeah, the number 5 and number 4, they go to number 4 and 5. Did they swap spots just then?
I believe they did. Yeah,
Yeah.
Burleson got around Johnston by just a slight amount there, but Johnston picked up to that 4:37. So a nice run there for Jared, a good improvement, and qualifying, of course, will continue for these guys throughout the course of the weekend. John Phillips, Trevor Fuquay coming up on the right side. A 388 cubic inch combination for Trevor over there in the 1986 Grand Marquis.
Turbo John, left-hand side, got a huge following on YouTube. Get out there. This guy, have you ever know anything about Turbo John right here in the Carolinas? But started out a long time ago with his YouTube channel. Does a lot of great things there. Shows you how to go fast on cheap parts. At one time, he was actually recycling his own oil. He was recycling his own oil at one time there. So John has been fast for a long time. Turbo John, rightfully so, currently qualified number 8 in this field, and that's strong.
And Fuquay on the right-hand side, the Motion Raceworks side. Pretty sure basically every one of those kind of LTD Grand Marquis of that era was made in this color. My grandparents had one. It was that color. And the interior was the same color as the exterior.
My parents had a Ford LTD.
Oh, the LTD.
Yeah. Funny story about that. We were so excited. They took me when I was young to Disneyland or whatever, and never looked at where they parked. So when we went to leave, we had to search for like hours on this car.
That's always fun.
And there were a million of them. That same color.
Man, Fuquay was not waiting around. He was out of there with a 22 leg. Goes 418 at 174.55. Big move up there for Fuquay. That's going to move him right in that 3rd or 4th spot. And a 472 for Phillips. Picked up 2 tenths, leaves him 8th.
Yeah, he made a big improvement right there. But, man, that's first 5 or 6 are extremely fast right there.
Yeah, it's interesting. When we go 1 through 4, you got a 411, 413, 414, 418. Number 5 jumps all the way into the 430. So there actually is a pretty good size spread between those top cars right now and the rest of the field. I foresee that'll snug itself up over time here as we continue to go through qualifying sessions. Once again, everybody's still chasing DJ McCain and that 411.6 he put up during qualifying session 1.
He's coming up in the back of this pack right here, qualifying, I heard somebody say.
Stephen Barnett out of Royce City, Texas. And Derek Cooper out of Bowling Green, Kentucky, the 1994 Mustang Cobra, small block Ford power, Apex Turbo, Jesse's Garage, and Fuel Tech backing the efforts of Derek Cooper.
Look at the paint job there on Cooper's car on that right side. It really looks flawless. Both cars slowly backing up. Like you said, number 10 qualifier, Barnett, left-hand side. Your number 9 qualifier, Cooper, in the right lane.
Neither guy made a representative pass during that first session. A top speed of 97 miles an hour for Barnett. Cooper just barely over 110. So yeah, they both swung and missed.
No full pulls right here. I imagine at least one of them will take it deep right here.
Certainly good to see some very healthy runs being made in this session under the afternoon sun. Pro 275, we have called all Pro 275 cars to the staging lanes. Once again, all Pro 275 cars should be in the staging lanes. And it will be Barnett getting the better of this one. And Barnett will run down a 413, 174.
Yeah, you can tell that one was strong right there, right out the gate. It's a good 60 foot down low there for Barnett as well. And like you said, Cooper just lights the tires up at the hit.
So Barnett goes to the number 2 spot, just 14 thousandths behind DJ McCain. Ron Rhodes pushed to the number 3 spot. And again, our list of those premier hardcore runners starts to grow incrementally here. Marty Stennett and Eric LaFerrier coming up on the right-hand side. The Dewey By owned 190 cubic inch inline 6 power in 1997 Nissan 240, the GSC sponsored machine. DVB Racing and Precision Turbochargers.
How cool are these two cars?
I mean, it's a great side-by-side pair.
That is amazing. Imagine if you took the chutes off of that thing and you pulled up beside it in your brand new Corvette out there on the interstate.
Yeah,
or at
the Magnum.
at a stoplight somewhere. You're like, what a heck, you know. You hear the wagon revving it up and you look over and roll your eyes and then watch it get away from you.
Marty Stennett, great guy. Certainly one of the guys who I really feel is a kind of a foundational player when the modern kind of radial tire drag racing renaissance. Stennett was for so many years in the thick of that with radial versus the world competition. Always had that very, very lightweight Mustang that he ran. Fared very well, doing maybe more with less than some of the other teams had, but he did very well with that race car.
Yeah, he's been doing it on small tires for a long time, and he's been a player since day one, I think.
And for Eric LaFerrier out of Cumberland, Rhode Island, driving the Texas-based Nissan, he's had a lot of race wins, a lot of success with this team and with that car.
And he's a great tuner. Secret E is what they call him.
Well, the big wagon is hooked up and rolling as Stennett goes 427 at 166 miles an hour. Eric, you saw the car try to make an initial move, broke the tires loose, and he will coast it to a 1063.
Yeah, Eric has won a lot of stuff, like you said, with different cars. That one looked like it took off in neutral, but just lights it up. But they'll come back and make a good hit. Where is he at? Already number 9, but not really a strong hit yet. Only 125 miles an hour, so he hasn't put it together yet.
Another of our Gen 3 Hemi players coming up here on the right-hand side of the racetrack, the Challenger. That cool kind of metallic-looking wrap that's on it.
Yeah, I love the big wing on these cars, man. They got them laid back. You remember, hell, if you go back in the 80s, man, we thought the wings had to go straight up in the air, right?
Right.
Yeah, almost 90 degrees, and now they're laid back, right, to catch all that flow coming up, all that air coming over.
Marty Piercy, right-hand side, out of Bronte, Texas, in that 2010 Challenger. B&B race cars, Nelson Competition engines. Patriot Mechanical Services, Alan Feltz, out of Bowling Green, Kentucky. Part of that group that includes such luminaries as Joel Greathouse and Jesse Coulter, all those guys that come out of that Bowling Green area.
Yeah, he's got a lot of people on board. Jesse's Garage, Hammer Concepts, Mark Williams, VP Racing Fuels, TBM Brakes, Callie's, and Energy Manufacturing.
So Piercy currently qualified 12th of the big Challenger, 420 cubic inches of Gen 3 Chrysler Hemi under the hood. And this will be Feltz, and you heard it pop down there at the top end. He slows to a 441. It was looking real good, 106 short time. Feltz's car was getting with the program, but again, that little sneeze on the back half, he was out of it coasting early.
Well, look how much that sneeze took a mile an hour out of
Yeah.
that thing, right? 134, and everybody around him was going 170. Wow. But your classic Ford Chevrolet matchup once again. Tyree Smith, left side of the Tennessee 66 Chevy II. A lot of people, I think there are just as many 66 fans as there are 67 fans. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, those cars are pretty, 65 to 67 are reasonably similar, right? Then they went to the third generation of those things in 68. But you got one car that has the, like it was designed with a T-square. Everything's edged off and square. And the other car has not a square corner on it over there for Clay Gearhold in the Mustang.
My buddy John Bartunek, he has a couple of 66s, and I don't think he wants a 67, which is strange, whatever. But all right, currently 15 and 16 qualifier, but neither has had a good hit, hadn't gone A to B yet. And Clay Gearhold on the right-hand side out of Jupiter, Florida.
TKM engines, precision turbochargers, Palm Beach Dyno Service, and Gearhold Electric. The Jupiter, Florida-based Mustang. Good side-by-side. Smith's car started to break up when the RPMs came up on it. Goes 442.9, 163 does Gearhold. But Smith was 113 to 60 to Gearhold's 109. But then shortly after, when the thing got up into the kind of the happy place for the revs, it just did not sound happy. It was breaking up, and he lifted. So Davey Hull from Brunswick, Georgia coming up. Haley Haas on the opposite side of the racetrack. Charlie down there looking on as his son's in the race car.
Hart's Turbo, left-hand side there for Hall. I tell you what, man, that's got to be, Hart's got to be one of the hottest companies out there now, especially 2025. Let's see what they do in 26.
Moving a lot of parts.
Moving a lot of parts, man. I don't know, they probably got a lot of back order on some of that stuff.
A little smoke out of the exhaust for Haas' car here at Idle over there on the Motion Raceworks side. And now we're cooking down there side by side. Haas goes 422, 176. Hull picks it way up to a 431.3 at 172. So good forward progress made there for the Hull Mustang.
That 22 is going to put him in that zone where there was a little bit of a gap there,
yeah,
right?
We're going to close that right up.
Number 6 spot where you said they were probably going to fill that in, and you were right. Hull goes to number 8 spot as Haas goes to number 6.
So we need our first 4 pair of limited drag radial. That'll be LaSalle Stanton, Smith Hatton, Yeoman's Weddle, Priest and Carter. So that's Priest Carter, Yeoman Weddle, Smith Hatton, LaSalle and Stanton. We need those first 4 pair of limited drag radial to the staging lanes, please. And so that closes out that session of X275, and that leaves DJ McCain as the #1 qualifier after 2 sections at 411. Pro 10.5 and True 10.5, and then go into Pro Mod. We don't want to run the Pro Mods out too early. Obviously, a schedule we're trying to keep to some semblance of, but we've been moving along with some efficiency today. So once again, you're going to have limited drag radial, which we've called the first 4 pairs in. Then our Pro 10.5 and True 10.5 classes before we then roll in to Pro Mod qualifying session 1. We'll get to see exactly what Jason Harris has in the tank for race number 2, because he had a lot in the tank for race number 1. Incredible race weekend for the Harris family, and we know what's on the line for them this weekend if they can continue on that level of success. And one of the things that we've talked less about, obviously because of what he did, but he is the points leader. This is a series after all, and there is a championship at the end of the 3 races. And right now, Jason Harris is, of course, the points leader in Pro Mod.
Right. And those guys, they made some changes, since in between races. Not like they just sat on it. They've been working on some stuff, and they're excited about being here and defending it and trying to go back to back. And if you have any doubt, just go ask one of them, and they'll tell you.
They're fired up.
They'll tell you, yeah.
So we'll be right back in just a couple of minutes. Pro 275 is stacked up. We have limited drag radial. We've called the first 4 pairs as we complete track prep before we go back into it here at the U.S. Street Nationals 2026 edition, second race of the Drag Illustrated Winter Series. Jason and Jamie, Paul and Shane, and then it's going to be Gastaldo and Mika. So those are pairs 5 through 8. The next 4 pair of limited drag radial. We need you into the staging lanes. Concession stands are open. And the handcrafted, announcer-approved empanadas are flying out of there. We're eating them as fast as they can make them. You need to get some. They are fantastic. We have sampled the new buffalo chicken flavor. Excellent. The bacon jalapeno, always over the top. Ham and cheese, multiple options. And these, again, handmade right here on the property. It is fresh food, it is great food, and the concession stands are open.
Yeah, you got to ask for ranch to go with it, man. It's phenomenal, and he'll sell them out. So,
yes.
Right over here. I know we have them on the tower side, but they just brought us up some, and we can't stop. We turn this mic off, but that's all we're doing is eating, so when you don't hear us talking. So go right over there.
Like
There's no line
monster
right now. The concession stand, Go get them. Go check them out. Hey, let me get a couple of those empanadas that we heard the announcers talk about.
Hot and fresh.
Hey, hot and fresh, and you're going to come back and get them all weekend long.
All right, track prep is complete, so that's going to bring us in to Pro 275. And we have called the next 4 pair of limited drag radial. So that's the first 8 pair of limited drag radial. Need you to the staging lanes. You'll be the next category up. As a reminder, we'll have our Pro 10.5 and then True 10.5 categories following these 2 classes, and then we'll run the Pro Modified qualifying session 1, of course, presented by M&M Transmission after those 2 slick classes.
I'm excited about all the classes, but this True 10.5 has my interest up in this.
It has rapidly gotten out, I mean, in the best of way, it has rapidly gotten out of hand.
It has, right?
Yeah. There was I forget where it was at. I think it was on the West Coast. A guy came out with this hard tire class years ago, and it's like, oh, this is great. You know, you got to put a set of like BFG radial TAs on the thing. And then, like, by the second race, someone was going 8s. It's like, okay, that's canceled. It was
maybe not such a good idea.
Yeah. And here we go. This is Pro 275. And the first 2 cars coming up, big names, big performers here. Lyall Barnett, currently the #1 qualifier in the category. Everybody's chasing him. That 367 number that he threw up is the gold standard right now. It will be It'll be Brad Edwards on the left-hand side of the racetrack in the Mustang that he has raced with such success decades over decades. One of the original record setters and barrier breakers on radial tires. Edwards backs his way up. And Roger Holder out of Bakersfield, California.
They're in the air conditioning business. Holder's air conditioning in California. Looking to open up something on this side of the country. They're looking for places now in the south.
Oh, that's cool.
Business, yeah.
Frontier Plumbing, Deeds Performance, Lions Custom Motorsports, Fuel Tech, Precision Turbochargers, M&M Transmissions, Benson Motorsports, Pro Wire, and Noonan Race Engineering. A long list of supporters of Roger Holder. And Brad Edwards rolling his car in. He's been Driving the Bumblebee this week as well. Had a pretty spectacular backfire yesterday.
I saw him in the seat of that thing. I didn't know if he was actually driving it. They were warming it up, but maybe he is driving
it. Edwards hanging out of this one out there. 373.3 at 215. And he was wheeling that car. The front end was up, and it was up for a long way. It actually broke traction a little bit, maybe between the 60 and 330. He pedaled it beautifully. Still goes through 373.3 at 215. Doesn't improve, but definitely shows the driving skills off on that one.
I'm not sure what happened with Holder right there. The way it sounded a little weird, almost. I don't know if it was mechanical or just electrical. Something there just clicked off of that thing and shut her down. And then we can look down track. We see him having trouble getting off the track. We may have to retrieve Roger.
Yeah, we get the pusher quad speeding toward us to give him a push off the top end. Rob Globo and Mo Hall will be coming up next. A couple of great names. We need all limited drag radial competitors to the staging lanes, please. All LDR entrants. We need you to the lanes. LDR qualifying session 2, final call. All competitors. And so Roger's getting a push. Once he gets clear, we'll fire up this pair. The Michigander, the man from Maryland. Nitrous power, of course, for Mo Hall, multi-time series champion in the Radel Outlaw Series. Two-time. Trying to make it 3 in 2026. Hall's currently qualified 4th. He went 373.7. Globo went 378.5 at 199. And the Holder Camaro almost at the top end of the racetrack. And the fire up sign has been given, so these big engines going to rumble to life down here. On paper. There we go. I got to work
your
on
number 4 and your number 5 qualifier.
Yeah.
You probably have already said that.
I got to work on the timing of my cues. I said I got to fire the engines if we had that pause. I got to work on the timing. I'm rusty. It's my first race of 2026. We got to knock the rust out the joints here.
It's been a while.
And Globo in that awesome C7 Corvette, Proline Racing. M&M Transmission, Red Hat Mafia, of course, the Proline Tuning Squadron, and Boar Racing and VP Racing Fuel supporting Rob Globo.
Something about those Corvettes, man. They don't have to move and they look like they're going 200. You know, just that swoopy style. Yeah. It's like a door wedge, right?
Yeah, and it's neat to see one with a centrifugal on it down here. And neat to see one with the big nitrous plant of Mo Hall.
The list of cubic inches over there, but I imagine it's quite a few.
I'm guessing a 959. I think that's what most recently was in the car. Somewhere in that ballpark, large by huge. We can just say that.
Yeah, 959. You don't want to drive down on the street to be a little trouble. Getting gas in, putting gas in, keeping gas in it.
It is wild. The drag week, there's down to just a handful of guys that run pretty humongous nitrous engines on drag week, and it's a neat thing, but it's also pretty crazy.
Are they pulling plug wires off on the way?
No, they're just rumbling those babies along with a deep gear in the back.
That's crazy.
Now we're talking. Hall's got the front end up, and he's going to load it up with fuel down there. Goes 376 at 201 miles an hour. Smoking like a coal-fired locomotive by the time he got to the finish line.
It was. It looked like a diesel motor going down through there.
But he got all of it. 996 short time. Converter started doing its job. Front end came up, and he kept it up there for most of the run. So it didn't go any quicker, but it does make a nice backup run to his first session. Globo had his fair share of problems on his side of the racetrack. No improvement there. Here comes Woody. Been a minute since we've seen Woody down here at BMP.
Yeah, number 6 qualifier with a 79.
And he is going to go back into the water, I believe. The racer out of Arnold, Missouri, with the screw-charged Hemi in the front of the Corvette. Randy working on his numerical counter down there. We've established 1 and 2. Tomorrow, we'll work our way up to a whole handful of fingers.
But he wasn't messing around when he said I wanted a yellow car, was he?
Yeah. How much yellow? All of it.
Yeah, all of it. I want it really yellow. It's a good-looking car, though, and a fast one.
Okay, Woody's going to give it a rip. See if he can improve off of a 379 at 194. The answer is not this time. Suspension went to work, and then it seemed to just kind of top the shocks out, and once that happened, game over. He broke the tires loose and idles it through to a 750 at 73 miles an hour.
Yeah, there was a point where I thought there was that lane, left lane was better than the right, but we just saw what Mo Hall did over there.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, there's plenty out there.
We've seen a ton of wheelies
sides
out there, so I don't think that's the case.
Peter Norton out of Franklin, Indiana. Beautiful purple 1970 Nova. 595 cubic inch combination. And how about Jared Ring coming up, the 2016 CTSV Cadillac.
Look at the pearl on that.
Man.
Crazy. Look at that paint job.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's wild.
I believe this is the former Larson car. I believe this is the former Larry Larson Cadillac.
Hang on, I'll tell you when I look at the hood. Maybe a different hood.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. The paint is, as you said, phenomenal.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It really is.
Pearl right there,
Yeah.
right? Hard to tell what color that car is.
That's the neatest part about it. Depending on where you're standing, it's a completely different color.
Yeah, but it's not like the old school chameleon.
Yeah.
This is something different right there. Like shark skin or something. Man, that's cool. Currently qualified number 9 over there. Number 9 in the left-hand side with a 413. And number 7 is Norton in the right lane.
Confirmation has been delivered. It is the former Larry car. And it's a good runner. Good side-by-side. 383.6 on one side, 381.1 on the other. Best side-by-side we've seen this round. Norton had the better of the 2 runs. He actually slowed about 100th off of his earlier 79. But for Ring, that 383.6, his best lick puts him 9th.
What's the confirmation you got?
It is Larry's. It is the former Larson mobile.
All right. I just remember Larry telling me when he first got the carbon on a certain section of that hood. I forget where we were. In Topeka somewhere, and I remember looking at it like, golly, that costs that much? And yeah, that's what I was looking for on that hood. Next pair coming up is going to be Paul Major, currently number 10 with an 18. And how about your number 8? Well, look at us. Look at the difference right there in 10 and 8, Brian. Ernie D in the right-hand lane. 380 with a 0.
So Ernie Dampierre out of Camden, Maryland, and Paul Major, a car that he has had for a very long time. Yeah, but you look at your number 8 qualifier, 380, and then you go only 2 spots at a 418, so Major's looking to complete a run. This car has been, like I said, it's been configured in several different ways. It was one of the first cars I can ever remember that actually had the turbos mounted in the trunk for a while, but it will not be making a run here as starting line apparently saw something coming out from under it, and they have shut Major off. And you can see that shiny trail in front of the race car. So they shut him down.
Oh, yeah, you can see fluid down there. Oh, you can actually see it. Looks
oh,
like
man, it's oil, too. There's a puddle of it. Now we're cooking with gas. Oh, man, Dampierre broke the tires loose just before the 330. I thought he was making the trip.
Well, you saw that body separate on that thing, get really jacked up there, and I thought he was getting ready to get shotgun and gauge there.
And so the mops will come out here. Thankfully, the eagle-eyed starting line crew stopped this before it could have gotten much, much worse. And they're going to get out there and get a swab of the decks. As a reminder, concession stand on this side, open for business. You want something refreshing to drink, you want to grab some of those fresh handmade empanadas. They are being sold along with a full menu on a beautiful Thursday here at the U.S. Street Nationals, presented by M&M Transmission, Race 2 of the Drag Illustrated Winter Series.
Yeah, we hope everybody who's out here today can come back out with us the rest of the weekend. It's going to be a great show. A lot of pro mods are here, along with some of the fastest small tire cars in the world. It's a great, great show. It's going to be a big time right here. A reminder, once again, we're live feed tomorrow on this one day only live feed with FloRacing and Prime Video, right?
Yes. So they have a channel. Flo has a channel on Amazon Prime, the Flo 24/7 channel. So if you're an Amazon Prime subscriber, even if you're not a FloRacing subscriber, you'll be able to tune in and watch the stream all day long tomorrow.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Proven by me. Formulated to win, proven by me.
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 Formulated to win, proven by me.
We drive tech. We drive the industry. Going beyond the limits and advancing forward. A versatile all-in-one solution. We're here for you every step of the way. And that's why you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
And so track prep continuing here to fixing up that left lane. We're on the backside of it. The scraper is getting done with its job. We're going to start rolling the tractors out there, and that'll bring us kind of the end of the process. Still got a few minutes to go, but they are making progress on the left lane. Won't be long now. We have called all limited drag radial competitors to the lanes. And once again, a reminder, we'll run Pro 10.5 and then True 10.5 after our radio classes. Then we will get in to Pro Mod qualifying session 1.
Red line oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
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 Formulated to win, proven by me.
We drive tech. We drive the industry. Going beyond the limits and advancing forward. A versatile all-in-one solution. We're here for you every step of the way. And that's why you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
And here comes Nick Lacarenza of Stokesdale, North Carolina, and Jeremy Searstad of Volga, South Dakota. Jeremy coming up in the 1971 long bed C10 truck. That thing is killer.
And there used to be, where's he from? South Dakota.
South Dakota.
Can't be the same car. There used to be one in Virginia like this. Had a big, like 700 and some cubic inch motor with nitrous on it. Long bed. Same color scheme and everything. I think it ran pretty strong. But yeah, that's an odd choice in this category, but I'm glad to see he's making it work.
Lacarenza, Tribro Trucking, Montana Brothers Race Cars, Mickey Thompson, Modern Racing, Proline Racing, M&M Transmissions, Hart's Superchargers, Fastland Fabrication, and TKM. All part of it.
Once again, the 71 C10 based out of South Dakota is Jeremy in the right lane, currently qualified number 12. Not a full hit, though, for either car or truck. We'll see what they do right here. I imagine they'll get at least want to get a full pull here.
And so Jeremy now going to bump the truck in. He overstaged it, unfortunately rolled it through. Lacarenza stages slowly and busts the tires loose. Neither of them get much of anything accomplished here. No time for Jeremy, and for Nick, it's about a time he's going to want to talk about anyway. 968 at 61 miles an hour.
Yeah, I was dead wrong. Neither car makes a full pull right there, and you'd think that you wait half the day that you get up there and that happens is pretty discouraging for the whole team.
Yeah, something weird. I mean, with Jeremy's truck, it kind of like almost like it double bumped ahead, and once it took that second bite, it knocked the bulbs out, and that was the end of his opportunity for this session. Rick Bailey coming up out of Edinburgh, Texas, the 1967 Mustang, and Grantley Schloss out of Australia, the man who won this race just 1 year ago in the limited drag. No, he won the Pro 275 category.
Yeah, he won Pro 275.
Beautiful 1967 Nova for the racer from Brisbane, Australia.
The Swanson car, the Mustang here. I believe they sold that one. Or this guy's driving it. Bailey here, left-hand lane.
See a big country down there?
Yeah, so maybe they didn't sell it. They
confirming
just had
some information.
Bailey
Maybe they're working to tune
for
it. Yeah.
I see Corey and Justin.
Oh, yeah,
down
both sizes of countries are down there. Neat car, the AAGL sponsor machine, as Justin Swanson lost a shoe. Yep, he lost them both. He was
now
in
the
full,
socks are next. The socks are next.
He was in full peg leg mode down there, bouncing around.
Girlfriend there, Lauren gets his shoes. Let's see if the socks come next. Can he save the socks? Can he save them? No, yeah, he did. They stayed on.
And they're going to realign the Mustang here.
Big Country didn't like the way they're lined up, but he's got Grantley on ice over there on the right side. That crew's waiting. Come on, man, let's go.
So they decided to move that Mustang a little to the left. Got the left tire in the shiny stuff, so to speak. Schloss's car appears to be squared up on his side of the racetrack. And now both drivers have the cars in their hands. Schloss is going to take, or waste, I should say, no time, turn it on the top bulb on his side. And Schloss is going to move on out of here. Goes 379.2, 201 miles an hour. Very nice run there for Schloss as Bailey goes a 384 at 196. And that was worth the extra effort.
It was. Number 6 and number 11, they both drivers move up. They had aborted runs previously, so good runs there for both. Good job, and patiently waiting was Grantley there and takes it on down through there. And runs a good number, gets him way up high on the board.
Yeah, that 379 is nice. Moves him into the number 6 qualifying position. Lyall Barnett still the quickest in the field at 367. Brad Edwards behind him at 370. Then it's Holder, Hall, Globo, Schloss, Woodruff, and Norton, the quickest 8 cars, all of them below 380. So we're touching the racetrack up now for the limited drag radial category, which will be next up. in his own.
Yeah, he's got a towing business up there. Been doing it a long time. Ziff was one of the first that goes in threes. 496 cubic inches.
Good to see. I believe that's Nick Bruder down there. Good to see him on the starting line. Was trying, but then it broke the tire loose when he saw the weight kind of transfer up on the back of the car, and that was it. That thing's got a massive front end shake going on down there, and he is drifting to the left, and he is going to make, I don't know if he touched the wall or not.
Wheel come off? Steering wheel come out?
Well, it went into a massive front end shake. When he came off the power, you see it sometimes in a dragster or a funny car where the front end really starts wobbling bad, and it was bad, and then it got even worse, and you saw the car go to the left. He may have nudged the wall. I don't know. Otherwise, it was real close, and thankfully, it was at low speed. But that was really strange.
Yeah, it almost, when you said something, I looked down there. It almost looked like.
So this one's going to be a little bit more involved. Apparently, the front end of the car actually broke, hearing that there's a tie rod failure or some other failure in the front end. So I believe that's going to require a tow off of the racetrack, probably in the back of the Ram truck or something. So yeah, Ziff Hudson had a front end issue down there. That's what caused the car to start wandering around in that massive flopping front end. So that's
That is the mile an hour, right? I mean,
he was only thankfully only going 66 through the lights.
Right?
Was able to get it hauled down as quickly as possible down there, but that was about as bad as you're going to see as far as that front end shake. So that's going to stop us here for just a moment before we get Ziff Hudson off the top end of the racetrack. Hit the concession stand, stretch your legs a little bit. Going to be just a moment. Nothing to clean up, just a race car to move. And we'll be back as we move into limited drag radial next up. So Ziff Hudson's car being loaded on the ramp truck down there at the top end. Just give me another couple of minutes. Once they get rolling, we will get rolling again with limited drag radial. All those competitors are in the lanes. And again, we're going to go to Pro 10.5 and then True 10.5 following LDR and then into Pro Mod qualifying session 1. Those of you watching at home on the FloRacing feed today, they've got a replay coming of that situation with Ziff's car. They've kind of rolled the tape back, and you can see where things kind of went cattywampus with the front end of that thing. I just noticed it. It looked like something was actually flopping under the car. You know, like sometimes you see a strap from a blanket or something like that. It ended up that was actually the right front tire. Then you could see the whole nose of the thing was really violently shaken. So I'm glad it wasn't as bad as it could have been, and certainly they'll get that front end squared away for the next time Ziff takes to the racetrack, which I believe will be qualifying session 3 that is scheduled for tomorrow. I think it's only the 2 shots today.
He's got some time.
Yes. I think that is not official until Gavin tells us it is.
Well, they finally, I see the tow truck taking him off there, the flatbed rolling him out. So he'll take him over there to the pits, and they'll start working on that thing and get him ready. Patiently wait. Get the green light to fire up our next category.
And the fire up sign has been given. So we're going to kick things off here in limited drag radio. Jamie Stanton and Brett LaSalle coming up. LaSalle, of course, the Snot Rocket 2.0, this incredible 2013 Mustang. It is one of the... 3.0. Sorry, 3.0. I sold you.
Right, 3.0.
I shorted you a 0.0. Yeah, 3.0. The incredible kind of trajectory of these 3 race cars from what they've accomplished and the ground they have broken. And it's a drag and drive car. It's a limited drag radio car. It is a physics-defying machine.
A rocket.
And Jamie Stanton of Canastota, New York, coming up on the right side. The 2002 4th-gen Camaro that he has raced for so many years, 564 cubic inch. The terrifically supercharged combination.
I've said this at every drag race almost, in the right lane. Ugly street car, badass race car.
Oh, the 4th-gen Camaro, yeah.
You see them on the street, you don't even pay attention to them. But race cars, they're pretty
Yes,
slick,
they look cool.
They're done
when you get
like this one right here.
Down in the weeds and everything, yeah. Yeah, Brett posted the other day about the transition that they've made in this car to get it into LDR trim, and the changes they made really required them to put a whole new front end on the thing. They went in there, as they've always done with the series of Snot Rocket race cars. They've always done it the right way. It is a very highly technical, kind of bleeding-edge tech car with that Coyote power plant, the twin turbochargers, the massive horsepower that it makes. And it's a number 2 qualifier right now. Stanton is number 1, 387.6. LaSalle went 387.8. This could be a really nice side-by-side lick if they both get a hold of the racetrack. Nothing for LaSalle. Meanwhile, Stanton going to put one through there, a 389 at 190 miles an hour, backing up as earlier, 387. And for LaSalle, let go of the button, and the tires let go of the racetrack.
Yeah, somebody, I think it was LaSalle, but had it up to about 11 grand there, waiting for it to get off of
And that's the interesting thing. It catches your ear because obviously that small displacement turbocharged Coyote makes tons of power up north. So we're so used to hearing the big block Chevys and the Hemis that are not going to rev that high on the starting line. Bigger displacement engine, you're going to have the launch RPM is going to be different. So yeah, it makes you think there's a problem, right? You hear it and you go, wait a second. Yeah. Marquise Hatton on the right side out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and Billy Smith. And we need Pro 10-5. Pro 10-5 to the lanes, please.
A little abbreviated burnout right there. He probably didn't take that about 10 feet through the burnout. Out of Montgomery, Texas, your number 6 qualifier, Tower side.
Hatton, yeah.
You're right, coming out over top of the tents. We can't see the car, but we can see the purge. Right. The Myrtle Beach, South Carolina car of Hatton, currently number 3 qualifier, 91, 182 miles an hour.
And Smith in that midnight black Mustang out of Montgomery, Texas.
All blacked out, but definitely stealth mode over there on the left side. Good looking car.
Hatton's car motors through a 393.5 at 183 miles an hour. Smith spun the tire on the launch, but you heard Hatton's car, the torque converter, locking, unlocking, the thing shifting gears. It's a wild thing.
Yeah, it was really noticeable there. That thing's get up and down on the RPMs. But he's got a bracket car over there with that one. Goes a 91 and a 93.
That'll bring up Brian Weddle out of Frederick, Maryland, the 1967 Camaro with XRE, 521-inch power, ATI performance, Debo-tuned atomizer fuel systems, and RF engineering. The backers for Brian.
Left-hand lane going to be ZZ Tommy Yeomans in that beautiful 1970 GTO Judge, currently qualified number 7 out of McIntyre, Georgia. Qualified 7th at 393 with an 8 at 194. I think when I got out of the car this morning, Brian, the one going down track was Weddle over here in the right lane, and it was like loud and gone. And I think it was that run right there.
That nice 391.7. Yeah. Tommy ran 393.8. Both cars 190 plus. And so Tommy, the long, low 1970 GTO creeps ahead. Brian Weddle looks to the left side of that big supercharger on top of the Stevens family XRE build 521-inch Hemi. And Tommy dancing the front
look at
end.
Tommy.
Nice 392, 193 miles an hour there for Weddle. It was early loss of traction, but for Tommy, that really, to me, that's what a kind of a perfect run in this class looks like. The car is just barely skittering the front tires down the racetrack. He went a 92 earlier, goes a 93 earlier, a 92 here. That's what I'm looking for. I mean, everybody wants to be number 1, but I want a car that's going to repeat on a sunny Sunday.
Oh, absolutely, right?
Yeah.
And go back to back right there, and you got to feel pretty good. And now you know you just got to get on that button, right? And you're going to win rounds. Ryan Priest, left-hand side, out of Kentucky, McDaniels, Kentucky. 2014 Cadillac. Look at that thing, man.
The olive drab paintwork for Priest out of McDaniels, as you mentioned. Brandon Carter out of Barnhart, Missouri. The 2001 New Edge style Mustang. 572-inch plant there for Priest, the screw blower. And the working reverse lights on this car. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a cool car, man.
Yeah.
Big blown motor in that thing. Qualified number 9. 394 at 186. Got the combat green on that thing. Yeah, that's a really cool looking race car. You know, it's amazing, those Cadillacs, how small that wheel well is on the back of those things, right? Look at it, it looks like it's cut out of that fender with an ice cream scoop.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it sits perfectly. It's neat to see one of these cars with a screw setup on it, that carbon fiber injector. And most of a PSI blower up out of the hood. No thank you. On either side, Brian Priest and Brandon Carter, neither of them made it to 60 feet without letting the smoke off those Mickey Thompson radials. 863.7 at 77 for Carter. Priest goes 1066.5 at 65 miles per hour.
Yeah, both of them got a little loud in the cockpit right there.
We've called Pro 10-5. Pro 10-5. We need you to the lanes, please. Pro 10-5. We need you to the lanes as Chris Farbakei and Wally Farbakei come up now. The Farbakei entry from Barrington, Illinois. Perry from Seminole, Florida.
The Mustang. 2020 Mustang, 67 Camaro in the right lane. Another Hartz-powered vehicle there left side. Precision turbo in the right lane.
Yeah, Chris Perry, great runner from down in the Sunshine State. Nelson Competition, Precision Turbochargers, Menser Motorsports, Wilson Manifolds, Atomizer Injectors, M&M Converters, Fuel Tech, and U.S. Body, the sponsors for Chris Farbakei. Pro 10-5. Come on with your bad selves. Pro 10-5 to the staging lanes, please. We need True 10-5 as well. Pro 10-5 and True 10-5. Once again, Pro 10-5 and True 10-5 to the staging lanes, please. Farbakei continues to work on this Mustang program. Long time in a Fox body, but he's moved into this more modern setup, and it is same result we've seen out of the last couple of pair. Nobody able to get a full hold of the racetrack. 674 at 90 for Perry. 881.7 at 87 miles an hour for Farbakei. Jamie Hancock from Opelika, Alabama on the right-hand side. The 1968 Camaro, nitrous outlet, Hancock Performance. TBM Brakes, Motion Raceworks, Diamond Pistons, and BTM. All part of his program.
Yeah, I see Pete Harrell down there on the starting line, or getting close to it. He got something coming up there. He's got his headset on there. Ready to tell his driver to do work.
Jason Unk left side out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania, the 1990 Silverado truck. 427-inch LSX combination, late model performance, MGM full spectrum power, and TBM brakes.
Big old square body.
Yeah, neat trucks. These 88 to 98 trucks certainly are a hot commodity. The 73 to 87 trucks have been big money for years, and now these things are the GMT 900 series are the new favorites out there.
Like pushing a big 4x8 piece of plywood down through
Yeah.
there. Cool looking car though, I'd love to have it.
Long way from the old 454 SS days of those trucks. The 230 horsepower 454 they put in those things.
I remember those. They came in black when they had black.
Black, yeah, black with a gray interior. Turbo 400. Here comes Unk and Hancock.
Boy, look at Hancock.
4 flat, 184 miles an hour. Very raceable run for the conditions. Jason did not get off the starting line the way he wanted to, but for Hancock, you could hear that they had ankled that thing. They pulled all the power out of it to get it to plant the tire and then fed it back in. So a nice run there. Again, not a world beater, but if we're going to talk about what a successful session looks like in the warmest part of the day and the warmest racetrack you're going to see, I'm calling that pretty solid stuff.
And Hancock's been doing it a long time. You might have said that. Forgive me if you said it when I was stepping back away from it. Uh-oh. Satisfield with a pop on the nitrous car here left-hand side as he went to light the tires up. A little baby pop. Let's hope they don't get any bigger. 762 cubic inches here in the left-hand lane.
And Shane Stack of Huntsville, Alabama, the 1986 Monte Carlo. Satterfield's car just is not sounding that healthy. Pretty ragged sitting there in the water box. Short burnout for Paul, who hails from Maryland.
Got all hands on deck right there, cranking up those 10 bottles in the back of that thing. Opening and closing the doors to get the smoke out of it from the burnout and the big purge. Look at the pressure on that one.
It's a well-staffed car, we can say that.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you know who his crew guys are? It's like, if they're the ones with the shirts on you can see from space.
Right. Satellite picks them up. Mark Mickey down there on the starting line.
Man, Stack's car kind of strange. It almost like shook the tire. It actually did shake the tires. They brought it off the starting line gently, and it's a kind of a rare thing to watch one of these cars shake the tires for the better part of 150, 200 feet. If you look at that 60-foot block on the right side, you can see the check marks where that thing was bouncing those radials off the racetrack till almost halfway to the 330.
You know, if you saw the front end dive on that thing, it went down quickly, you know. It just took a big nose dive down there with power, and they're going to check the track out, I think. Maybe, see if you got anything on it, maybe not.
And Stack has pulled over at the top end of the racetrack, coasted well past the finish line. Quad is going to come down and get him, and I think our starting line staff's going to take a quick peek at the surface as well. It'll be Jeff Gastaldo and Mitch Mika coming up once we help Shane Stack off the top end.
Mika with that tuxedo crew.
Yes, yeah, they're the best dressed guys in the joint. All right, so Shane Stack's car is moving toward the top end, and once Randy Lee and the track crew are satisfied that they've picked anything else up off the surface that needs to be picked up, we'll fire up the next pair of LDR cars. We have called all Pro 10.5 and all true 10.5 cars to the lanes. Live with the next two categories following Limited Drag Radio.
We're coming, well, everybody's probably coming from the north, 99.9% of everybody here, but looking out there, we can tell that sun must be really getting warm out there. Look at the bleachers across from us. Everybody's on the top behind the banners there in the shade.
Catch a little shade.
Catch a little shade while they can. We're glad to have you here, and you're going to see a lot more racing tonight and the rest of the weekend. I hope you're all with us the rest of the weekend. A lot of vendors out here, a lot of companies showing you some of their speed items, T-shirts, an abundance of T-shirts. Not only the racers, but Drag Illustrated is here with Motion. Raceworks has T-shirts, and I'm sure Fuel Tech does, along with KTR behind us. We have the event T-shirts as well, and track T-shirts. Support your track, the Bradenton Motorsports Park. They're selling that apparel as well. So make sure you go all the way around and visit all these pits and all these vendor tents. Check out their wares and get you a souvenir.
Jeff Gastaldo coming up here from East Moriches, New York, out there on Long Island. And Mitch Mika, Palatine, Illinois. Tuxedo black, 1969 Camaro with his tuxedo t-shirted crew over there. Gastaldo's car in flat black, purging the nitrous.
Always a front runner in this category right there. That car always runs good. And they're a threat to win it anytime they put in the beams.
Gastaldo ran a 414 earlier at 178 in the nitrous car. To be number one in the category, you have to be 387.6 or better. That is Jamie Stanton's ET. 387.8 for Brett LaSalle, number 2. Hatton's 3 at 91. To really be a player here, you got to be in the bottom part of the 390s. See all the black smoke there as the fuel system enriches going down the racetrack. 408.5, 178 miles an hour for Jeff Gastaldo. And that picks up 0.06 of a second off of his previous run. So that is a nice ET pickup. Puts him in that number 17 spot. Mitch Mika did not improve. Stays mid-order.
Yeah, they lost a tire early on that one over there. Bringing up Clay Gearhold. Right-hand lane out of Jupiter, Florida. 2014 Mustang. 362 cubic inches. Palm Beach Dyno, TKM. Greg Powery on board there on the right-hand lane. Currently qualified 14th. Number 20 qualifier, left-hand side. Keith Rhea out of Derry, Pennsylvania. Wonder Racing 2004 Mustang. 331 cubic inches, man. That's just a baby over there. And the left-hand side in today's standards. A lot of sponsors on board. Go Lithium, Circle D Converters. Pro Torque, Morning Glory Motorsports. How about that one? Full Throttle Signs, line to line castings, line to line castings. Wiseco, Bullseye Power, Rife Sensors, Motion Raceworks. Billet at Quick Performance, Mincer and UPR. A lot of sponsors on board. That
Keith Ray works with every company, every single one of them.
Yeah, he's probably got Pop-Tarts in the back seat.
He needs an empanada manufacturer on there.
Some Tide, yeah, really, empanada, there you go.
Yeah, it's the one thing he doesn't have.
BMP empanadas on the side of that.
Now we're talking.
Good run.
Yeah, 409, 189. They pick up 1/10 and a half from their 423 earlier and pick up 12 mile an hour. And again, I think it's so important at this time of the weekend, whether you're running Pro Mod or any of these categories, these early sessions, you really got to start to plant your flag and then move yourself forward when the conditions allow. So I think Gearhold, or rather Ray, on that in that instance, yes, he's only 18th on the sheet, but you make a really nice improvement going to the 4.0s there.
That's all baby steps from here,
Yep.
right? You just take small steps and swings at the tune.
Anthony Sellers out of 96 South Carolina, the Superior Roofing Mustang. TKM Power, and Scott Husted out of Newport Richey, Florida. Big weekend. We, of course, have the U.S. Street Nationals presented by M&M Transmissions. Second race of the Drag Illustrated Winter Series happening here. Be concluding with the World Series of Pro Mod not too far down the road. Then we have 24 Hours at Daytona going on this weekend. The sports car crowd will be running their stuff around Daytona International Speedway. The New England Patriots will be taking on the Denver Broncos, right? Well, huh?
Second string quarterback, but there on Denver.
Yeah. Right. Former backup in New England, too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Stidham was originally drafted by the Patriots back in the day.
I think you got to watch Seattle.
I think they're the best team left, but yeah. But listen, I mean, what do you want me to do? I live there. I got to like the Patriots. What do you want out of me? The whole room has changed up here. true story, back in the Tom Brady days when I'd be traveling or whatever, and you'd be sitting there at some foreign city watching the game, and the Patriots would score a touchdown. You go, oh man, here they go again. That's a wheel. Oh man.
Man, that was a good-looking run.
It was looking
right
real
there,
good.
It wasn't.
It was tracking a little bit outside, but I think Houston was planning on hanging with it. And then you heard it pop real hard and then set the nose down. 107 to 60 feet for Houston. The front end was up, and then the pop. That was the end of that. Goes 517. Meanwhile, Sellers at 1150 at just 46 miles an hour.
Photographers are going to get some great shots today because we've seen some good runs.
Dale Arnold and Chad Henderson. Arnold, the 2018 Challenger Demon. And Chad Henderson, the 1987 Buick Grand National All-Star Pro Service, Mickey Thompson, Eagle Collision, Spray Tech Fertilizer, VP Racing Fuels, and Motion Raceworks.
Always a crowd favorite right there, left-hand side. Such a good-looking car.
Jeffrey Barker out there on the tune, working with the KTR group.
Kevin this weekend yet. He's probably doing business. Probably tuning in right now. We've got something on a dyno.
So Dale Arnold rolls in that really cool looking Challenger next to Henderson's beautiful 87 Grand National. A side-by-side run, a rarity this round. It's going to be a 93 for Henderson at 188 miles an hour. Arnold goes 4029 at 178 miles an hour. Henderson's car was 1008 to 60 feet, and now he's the number 8
Goes
qualifier.
from 24 to number 8 right there on that hit.
Arnold goes 4029, 178, good enough for the number 15 position in the order right now. Pro 10.5 and True 10.5, you should be in the lanes. Pro and True, you should be in the lanes. Justin Martin and Jim Morgan coming up now. Morgan, the Michigander from Pinckney, Michigan. And Justin Martin from Bacola, Oklahoma. Pete Harold talking to Martin through the radio as they back the car up, placing it right where they want it in the groove of the drag strip. Morgan with that 427 combination in the 1989 Mustang. Got a 445. Martin whiffed during his first run in 11-second elapsed time.
Got a good-looking Yenko Banner Nova here left side out of Oklahoma. And yeah, you probably already said it with Pete Harold doing some tuning down there. The back side. Currently qualified number 25, but again, not a full pull. Neither car really made a good hit in their first attempt. So we'll see what happens right here in the heat of today.
Let's see if Pete and Justin can put something together here in the Nova. Oh, that looks a whole lot better than the 11-second effort that they had before. 93 at 194 miles an hour moves them into a very nice fighting position here. 454, 1 at 156 for Jim Morgan. But for Martin, 25 to 8, just like Henderson went 24 to 8. Now Henderson's 9th.
Yeah, that's quite a few jumps right there. Get out of jail free card.
Chris Tate and Rob Goss coming up right